guys, welcome back to 365 Days of SEO. This is Christian Bullock. Today we're talking about a technical SEO topic, and that is using a user's IP address as a redirection or a direction to a specific geo content on your website. So from an SEO perspective, is this practice doing harm or is it doing good? From a usability point of view, it's actually a pretty nice thing, right? So say I'm in the UK and I go to a .com website, and they know that my IP address is located in the UK, and they're going to serve me the UK version of the website. Maybe there's some localization with the copy, price point's going to be in pounds, etc. So from a usability aspect, this is not a bad thing. In fact, it could be a really good thing. From an SEO perspective, there are some issues that happen or tend to creep up when this type of system is in practice. So you got to think about crawlers, right? Search engines sending out their spiders or those crawlers to essentially crawl through different websites. So if you think about it, a system like one that detects an IP address will serve up the correct geo version of a web page. Will do the same thing for a crawler based on its location. So if a crawler from a search engine comes and it's located in the United States, it's going to get the US version of the website because that IP address is essentially that from the US. So it's not even potentially, if you don't have any other links to your UK version of the website, or maybe they're a little bit hard to find, or maybe they're no followed, etc. A spider or a crawler from a search engine is not going to find those UK or other geo pages. So that tends to have some issues come into practice. Now, we've already covered some of those topics in some previous videos in terms of how to optimize your website for content or other geos, right? So if you do have this IP redirection or direction practice in place, it's okay, don't fret, you don't need to change the system over. But what I would recommend is that you have some XML sitemaps in place for, like I mentioned in the previous video, each specific geo, getting those submitted to Google Webmaster Tools, Bing Webmaster Tools, and having the geo targeting, target the correct country for each section of your website according to that geo. So doing that is going to help out search engines to know that you have this other content and possibly, not even have that issue of that IP direction or redirection issue that we've been talking about. That's really the biggest SEO issue that you tend to find when you have that sort of system in place. Aside from that, sometimes users might have an incorrect IP. Typically, it's something that's based within the actual country. So if you're targeting by country, it's not so bad. If you're targeting by city, yes, it's pretty bad. I'm located in Vancouver, Washington, but of course, a lot of people think I'm from Portland based on my IP address. It's kind of funky like that, how that happens. But from a country point of view, not really having that big of an issue. So there's really no issue there. It's really only this search spider issue that can possibly hamper some of the SEO effectiveness of your website. Again, my name is Christian Bullock, 365 days of SEO.com. We'll see you guys tomorrow.